Port Charles in turmoil, secrets, betrayals, and explosive consequences ***. The sun might be rising over Port Charles, but its light only casts deeper shadows across the tangled lives of its residents. As the week unfolds, alliances fracture, long-buried secrets erupt to the surface, and those once trusted find themselves outcast and condemned. What was meant to be a season of healing has instead become a battlefield, and every move threatens to ignite a chain reaction that no one can control. Kai's fall from grace and the shattered bond with Trina ***. Kai Taylor, once a rising golden boy among Port Charles youth, now finds himself caged, literally and figuratively. His impulsive confession to Trina Robinson that he disclosed Curtis Ashford's covert operation to none other than Drew Kane marks a betrayal that not only endangers Trina's family but effectively severs the fragile trust between them. His downfall is symbolized in a dramatic moment where Kai, in a frenzied escape from a confrontation, stumbles, quite literally, into a dog cage at the Ashford estate. The visual may seem laughable, but the implications are anything but. Trina, consumed with a mix of fury and heartbreak, cannot fathom how the man she once defended so fiercely could turn on her and Curtis at such a vulnerable time. For her, Kai's actions are not just a breach of trust. They are a violation of everything her family fought to protect. Curtis, a man who places loyalty above all, sees Kai's actions as not just reckless, but treacherous. With Kai now viewed as a liability and not an ally, his future in Port Charles grows increasingly uncertain. Curtis and Portia, a marriage on the brink ***. In the Ashford household, the damage from Kai's betrayal cuts deeper than expected. Portia Robinson, overwhelmed by recent events and still recovering from past deceptions, begins to crack under the weight of Curtis's relentless moral expectations. She whispers to him in a rare moment of vulnerability, "I'm sorry I'm not worthy," a chilling admission of how deeply his disapproval has eroded her sense of self. But Curtis isn't as pristine as he pretends to be. Unknown to Portia, he's been funding Jacinda to act as a planted informant, feeding Drew misinformation in an elaborate game of psychological chess. Curtis rationalizes it as a necessary evil, but his duplicity underscores the same hypocrisy he once condemned in others. Portia's confession is tragic not just because of her pain, but because she still doesn't realize she's measuring herself against a mirage of moral superiority. Anna's desperate gamble and Laura's quest for justice ***. Elsewhere, Anna Devane operates in the shadows, as always. Seeking to expose a growing threat within the WSB, she discreetly approaches Isaiah with a chilling request, "Can you be my cover?" The moment reveals her increasing isolation and desperation. She's lost trust in the agency she once called home, and now she turns to Isaiah, a relative outsider, for protection. Meanwhile, Laura Spencer has locked onto a new target. She tells her daughter Lulu that they will not allow someone to slip through justice's grasp. That someone is Britt Westbourne, whose role in Rocco's mysterious birth circumstances has resurfaced in the form of shocking medical records. Laura's maternal instincts and mayoral resolve converge, fueling a campaign that could shatter whatever fragile stability Britt has rebuilt. For Lulu, still reeling from past trauma and attempting to reconnect with Rocco, the revelations feel like déjà vu. Once again, she's watching the fallout of someone else's manipulation unravel her son's sense of identity. She vows to stand by him, even if it means taking on Port Charles's most dangerous elite. Jocelyn's jealous ultimatum and Vaughn's dilemma ***. As if the love triangles in Port Charles weren't already combustible, Jocelyn Jacks throws gasoline on the fire. Though she orchestrated the entire plan for Vaughn to distract Emma in a bid to buy time during an investigation, she now finds herself raging with jealousy. In a tense confrontation, she delivers a ruthless ultimatum to Vaughn: "It's either me or her." Her words are as hypocritical as they are desperate. Joss had every opportunity to walk away from the arrangement, but now that Vaughn and Emma have begun forming a real connection, the reality stings. Vaughn is caught in an emotional minefield. He knows Jocelyn is struggling with her feelings, but Emma, sweet, unpredictable, and sincere, has offered him something Joss never could: emotional clarity. Torn between loyalty and burgeoning love, Vaughn's next move could make him a hero in one woman's eyes and a traitor in another's. Tracy's dire warning and Chase's family crisis **** at the Quartermaine estate. Tracy Quartermaine watches the storm clouds gather with a grim expression. She warns Harrison Chase, her tone uncharacteristically maternal, "I think your wife is heading for disaster." Chase, still adjusting to life with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine and their complicated domestic dynamics, initially brushes it off. But Tracy's instincts, honed over decades of family dysfunction, are rarely wrong. What's more concerning is the growing tension between Brooke Lynn and Lulu. Old resentments have boiled over into open hostility, and recent attempts to co-parent and share responsibilities for Leo and other family obligations have only made matters worse. Tracy fears that one ill-timed confrontation could lead to irreversible damage, not just to the Quartermaine family, but to the fragile balance in Chase's personal life. Dante's explosive accusation ****. The emotional climax comes when Dante Falconeri, never one to mince words, storms into a tense gathering and shouts, "Why did you do this to my son?" His voice echoes through the room, and everyone goes still. Michael and Brooke Lynn are present, stunned into silence. While it appears at first that Dante is targeting BLQ, the ambiguity in his words makes it clear he could just as easily be turning on Michael. Rumors have swirled for weeks that a decision made behind closed doors has endangered one of Dante's children. Whether it involves Sonny's dangerous business or something even more personal remains unclear. But Dante's fury signals the beginning of a reckoning, one that could expose fractures in the Corinthos Falconeri alliance and potentially bring long-buried family secrets to light. Port Charles. A city on the edge ****. As Friday closes in, the emotional weight of the week threatens to collapse the lives of those who have been dancing on the edge of ruin. Kai is outcast, possibly permanently. Trina's faith in others has been shattered. Jocelyn, caught in her own web, may lose the one person she never thought she'd need. Portia and Curtis stand on opposing sides of a moral chasm, and Dante, once the city's steadfast protector, is now a powder keg waiting to explode. And in the shadows, Drew Kane continues to manipulate. His knowledge of Curtis's operation, thanks to Kai, gives him leverage he never should have had. With Jacinda still playing her double role and Anna planning a covert counterstrike, the game of deception only grows more dangerous. Each secret revealed sets off a chain reaction. Each betrayal carries collateral damage. And as Friday's episode draws near, one truth becomes glaringly evident: in Port Charles, no one stays innocent for long.